Welcome back to our coverage of the 9th Annual Autofocus Motor Show and Auto Expo. For those of you just tuning in, we will be giving you a close look at the booths and all the exhibitors who participated at this event. This is the biggest outdoor auto expo in the Philippines, and there is much ground to cover. Please join us as we take a look around and talk to some of the people that made this occasion the grand event that it was.
At the 9th Autofocus Motor Show and Auto Expo, the SM Mall of Asia Open Grounds was transformed into a virtual one-stop showroom for all the major car brands and distributors in the country. Working as a venue where interested car buyers could take the time and get a close experience with the cars of their choice, the Motor Show and Expo surely was a practical and purposeful event. Now let's begin taking a look at the car brands who participated. We start off with the Colombian Auto Cars Corporation, or more popularly known as the exclusive distributor of Kia in the Philippines. The Korean car maker has been making great steps in its presence in the country, shedding the notion that the Kia is not a stylish or reliable car. It is now a well-respected brand in the country. It is now definitely recognized more than just a company that made the ever-popular Kia pride. At their booth, they had the Karens, Rio, and Sorrento, all popular models among Filipinos. Our roving reporter, Slide, made his way to the booth and spent time with Dodgy Ganyak, Vice President for Sales for Columbia Auto Cars Incorporated. Let's hear what the two talked about.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 9th Autofocus Motor Show and Auto Expo here at the SM Mall of Asia grounds. I am now standing right beside Mr. Dodi Ganyak, Vice President of Sales and Marketing of Colombian Auto Car Corporation. Of course, they are the exclusive distributors of Kia in the Philippines. Good day, sir. How are you today?
We're fine. The weather's good. We're fine here.
Kia has been known as one of the distributors or the exhibitors that always has a whole lot of vehicle sales using the Autofocus Motor Show and Auto Expo. How's it been like this year?
Well, that's been quite a good year. We've been selling a lot of the Rios this year. Second selling is actually the Kia Picanto. It's more of the cars. But then we also have the SUVs in our lineup. We have the Sorrento, we have the Sportage. So we have a full lineup of cars here available in the Philippines.
That's very good to know. Now, personal recommendations. If there is a car buyer who would like to go to your booth, which car would you personally have him choose to buy?
I'd probably show him the Karens. It's an all-new MPV. It's a diesel engine, so you've got the practicality of a spacious vehicle, but at the same time, you have the economy of a diesel engine. It also has the power since it's a common rail diesel engine, so I'd ask them to check out the Karens.
Now, any final messages for people who are watching our broadcast right now?
Well, the weather's fine. People are starting to come in, so check out our booth and check out the all-new Karens, the Sportage, and the Rio.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dodi Ganyak, Vice President for Sales and Marketing of Colombian Auto Car Corporation, exclusive distributors of Kia here in the Philippines. Of course, we are still going on and on with our 9th Autofocus Motor Show and Auto Expo here at the SM Mall of Asia grounds. We do hope that you guys can visit us and check us out, test drive all the vehicles that are available for test drive today. And while you're at it, if you happen to be on the road and you're listening to us, I don't know how, just keep yourself safe on the road. This is Slide for Sunshine Television.
Next up, we have Eurobrand Distributors Incorporated. For those of you who are not familiar with the name, they are the folks behind Peugeot Philippines, giving the Filipino public a taste of fine French engineering. Now in its second year in the local market, Peugeot is carving a name out for itself as a quality European brand and an alternative for those who want something a little bit different. At their display booth, they displayed popular models such as the 508 GT, RCZ 3008, Expert 5008, and the 200 horsepower pocket rocket, the 208 GT. Slide, the voice of the 9th Autofocus Motor Show and Auto Expo, was able to talk to Mr. Dong Magsaho to get his thoughts on the presence of Peugeot in the country and what it has in store for the Filipino consumer.
So I'm here at this very, very big tent. It actually looks like the NBC tent, only a little smaller, and we've got some French vehicles right here. They made their debut last year, and they have been making an impact. Right beside me is Mr. Dong Magsaho. This guy used to be one of us. He shifted to the other side of town and is now the marketing director of the exclusive distributor of Peugeot Philippines. So, Dong, how are you today, buddy?
I'm doing great, thank you.
All right, what is the name of your company again?
Eurobrands Distributor Incorporated. We distribute Peugeot.
All right, so obviously they are distributing Peugeot, a very, very interesting brand for a European vehicle. And what makes it more interesting is that these guys actually use the Autofocus Motor Show and Auto Expo to debut a couple of models, or maybe one or two models every year. So this year, what are the models that we are debuting?
We have right here behind me the debut car that we have for this edition. It's called the 208 GTI. It's a B-segment car, and it's it's the definition really of a hot hatch. We practically packed the 208 GTI with whatever it was that was available for it to be placed in. So this is really top of the line. What we're bringing in is it has everything that you'll ever imagine in a car. It's made for fun, yes, but the Expert TP has the same engine as the 5008, the 3008, and the 508. It's a 2-liter HDI with DPF, so you can imagine it being almost as frugal as the rest of our models, which should hover around, maybe give you around 12 to 15 kilometers per liter. We call that the Expert TP. It's a family van, actually. So it's an 8 to 9-seater, depending on the configuration.
After that, we took the time to visit the booth set up by Hyundai Asia Resources Incorporated to see what they had in store for the guests. Many may not know, but aside from being one of the fastest risers in the motoring industry, Hyundai Asia Resources Incorporated is also well known as a philanthropic company with its roots in corporate social responsibility. It demonstrates this with the numerous scholarships given to students concerned for the environment and welfare endeavors for those who are truly in need. So aside from being a car brand, they have this aspect about themselves. But for the purposes of our coverage, let's enumerate the car models they had on display at their booth, namely the Genesis Coupe, Santa Fe, Tucson, Starex, Eon, Accent, the all-new Azera, and the very unique Zombie car. On hand to explain more about the entire fleet of Hyundai Philippines was Richie Eugenio of National Sales Training, Learning and Development for Hyundai Asia Resources Incorporated.
Right now, I am here at the Hyundai booth where things are a little on the eerie and scary side, but cheerful, happy on one side as well. And with me right now is the manager for National Sales Training, Learning and Development. My goodness, that is a very long designation. His name is Richie Eugenio. How are you today, sir?
I'm good, Slime. Well, basically, this is what we see, the meanest machine, but it survived actually 4 seasons of the Walking Dead series. Basically, Hyundai Asia Resources Incorporated, in partnering with Fox Philippines, we got the Hyundai Tucson dress up for the apocalypse. Of course, we got a whole bunch of promos, but of course, you can catch your nearest dealership for your promos and basically sit down with your sales consultant and get to know more about your Hyundai vehicle. And please do catch the all-new Hyundai Azera, available right here on Flesh here at the Autofocus Motor Show.
Also present at the 9th Autofocus Motor Show and Auto Expo was Lexus Philippines. Lexus, if you don't already know, is surely more than just flashy and powerful sedans that can really provide bang for your buck. The brand also distributes formidable SUVs, which, like their sedans, offer unbelievable value for money. This is a Japanese brand, in fact, that offers a Japanese solution for those in the market for a European car at a fraction of the price. The Lexus booth was unable to showcase some of its great SUVs, but it did make up the difference with a display of their flagship sedan, the IS350 Sport. For more on this and on Lexus, Sly took the time out to talk to Carlo Chungunco, marketing manager of Lexus Manila.
Right beside me, he is not a basketball player. He's so much taller than I am, but he is the marketing manager of Lexus Philippines. His name is Mr. Carlo Chungunco. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. The weather's great. Everything looks like it's a lot of people dropping by. Well, F is for Fuji Speedway. Toyota and Lexus, we actually own the Speedway, and we use it to test all our cars. So all our performance models, the LFA, the ISF, and now all the F Sport models were tested on Fuji Speedway. The IS350 has a 306 horsepower, 3.5 liter V6 engine. It actually makes it the most powerful in its class for the price. Yeah.
For the price, that is very interesting. And okay, let's get down to the price. How much does this thing cost?
The IS350, we don't have an IS350 here. What we have here is the F Sport. That one's 2.5 million. And then this one's the F Sport's 3.548 million. Now, what the differences there are basically cosmetic and also the adaptive suspension. But the nice thing the two big highlights that we have for this car are, one, the grille. So when you look at the grille, it's very aggressive, it's very Lexus-y. And the second highlight is the LFA type gauges we actually have inside the car.
Well, what do you think of the display so far, folks? I surely hope that you are enjoying our coverage of the 9th Autofocus Motor Show and Auto Expo, and this is just a bit of what we have in store for you. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be showing you more of the booths and the presenters, so don't touch the dial.